Today on Creative Living with Lynn Lilly, we kick off the show with happier news in the rosier side of life. We're in the kitchen with platinum cakes making moon cookies. We're getting our Easter crafting started with 4011 Designs. We are showing you the latest, greatest, newest thing from Cricut. We're celebrating Mardi Gras with Chef Jack and a delicious New Orleans style recipe. And Lynn is throwing it back to an OG craft that's one of her favorites in the craft room. Happy Fat Tuesday, friends! Welcome to the show. As you just heard, we've got a really great show planned for you and some fun to celebrate Mardi Gras. If you are just tuning in for the first time, welcome to the show. Every week the show is different crafts, recipes, but always lots of fun. I'd love to know where you're watching from, so tell me in the comments. And as we're putting together our shows for the rest of the year, we'd love to know what you guys want to see on the show. Is there a recipe you want to see or a craft? Type that out in the comments for me. It will definitely help us when we're planning our segments with our guests. All right, so each week I like to give you a look into what's going on in the life of Lynn Lilly. Well, this week, I am doing an ode to Mardi Gras in New Orleans in my favorite city, which is New Orleans. We've actually never gotten to go for Mardi Gras, but Brendan and I go to New Orleans all the time, and this is a recent picture from when we went to celebrate New Year's. It's such an amazing city. If you have not gone, add it to your bucket list. The food, the culture, it's fantastic. All right, so if you're not a part of the craft squad yet, you may not know that I recently launched my own glue gun in partnership with SureBonder. This bad boy is going to sell out quickly, guys. So if you haven't gotten it yet and you're looking for the best glue gun on the market and the prettiest, hop over to surebonder.com/Lynn Lilly and you can get your very own. And make sure when you get it that you're following us on Craftbox Girls so that you can tag Craft Squad and show me what you're doing with your glue gun so I can share it. All right, last but not least, make sure you subscribe to our newsletter. I'm trying to send out a newsletter twice a month to kind of give you a behind the scenes of what's going on and share some fun news. You can do that over at craftboxgirls.com. All right, it is time to kick off the show with Rosanna in the rosier side of life. Let's head into the studio. All right, so this is always my favorite way to start out this show. You guys know Rosanna.
Hi, friends.
So it's time for the rosier side of life, which is happy and fun.
Yep.
All right, what are we talking about today?
So today we're going to talk about Cheryl Yates.
Okay.
And Cheryl Yates shared this story on Facebook about her dad. Mm-hmm. Her dad has dementia. Mm-hmm. So he has this love for animals and always has, and especially for cats. So during the holiday season, Cheryl bought this present, this like stuffed animal.
Okay.
It's a cat, and it's not just a regular stuffed cat. It's a robotic.
Wait, what?
It is a robotic cat, and actually this cat is made specifically for seniors.
Oh,
and so
really?
if you check them out, it's called Joy for All.
Okay.
And they are robotic cats for people, for seniors that have dementia.
Oh, that's awesome. We have
other, like,
a
diseases.
picture, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is.
And
that's so sweet, and that is also super cool.
So
Whoever
cool.
invented that is
So
these
cool.
people. What is it called?
Joy for All.
Joy for All.
Joy for All.
Do they have other things? I wonder besides cats.
They have cats, they have dogs, and then I think you can even pick out like the different colors of the cats.
So maybe it looks like a family pet.
Yeah, exactly. So it closes their eyes, it kind of like purrs and kind of nuzzles and everything. So it's really sweet. And so Cheryl's father is actually in the hospital or in a assisted living, and the nurses could definitely tell a difference in his personality. He was more cheerful. And so they just noticed how much of a positive change it was.
Well, I mean, they say animals will do wonders for seniors, for kids, for people with disabilities. Like, obviously, so it's kind of that same maybe placebo effect a little bit, but it's that same like connection you may feel. And the fact that it's robotic and it moves, so cool.
And you don't have to take it out to the bathroom.
I mean, I was kind of just thinking about that'd be kind of cool for kids, right? When they keep asking for an animal, you're like, here's a robotic cat or dog. Like, you can't mess it up, right? Yeah. And it's not going to mess up your house.
And it's actually pretty affordable from what I was looking at. It's like less than $200, I think.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
And it will never die. That's a good, okay, cool. I'm definitely going to check that out. What a good story. I like it. I want to know who's watching from where. So tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love to see people tuning in from around the country. And remember, guys, I'm watching along with you, so I can actually have a combo with you in the comments. All right, it's time for me to go make some cookies in the kitchen with Nevia from Platinum Cake Designs. Nevia, how are you?
Thank you.
I'm so glad you're back.
Yes, I'm excited to be here.
Okay, you've always got really fun, cool stuff that's easy, which I love.
Yes.
All right, so what are we making today?
All right, so today we're going to be making these lunar cookies that we have here. I really like them. So it's kind of the end of Black History Month, and I thought, what a great way to celebrate. There's American change makers that were featured in Hidden Figures, if you guys saw that movie.
Yes.
And so it was really great. So it was Mary Jackson, Katherine Johnson, and Dorothy Vaughan.
I love it.
Yes. So we should go to the moon.
We should go to the moon. I love that. What a fun party theme.
Yes.
Whether it's your girlfriends or even like a little girls' party, it could be like, we should go to the moon for like inspirational.
Yes, definitely.
We're into the females right now. There's a book called A is Awesome. I don't know if you've read it, but it goes, yes, Rosanna got it for Lily, and it's her favorite book. We read it every night, and it features a different shiro for each letter of the alphabet. It's awesome.
Oh my goodness, I love that.
Yes.
I have a niece, but she's a little old, so.
But yeah, it's a cool book.
Yes.
All right, so to get started, what do we do?
The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make our moon.
Okay.
So we're going to take some fondant out of here.
All right.
So you have the white fondant. You can go ahead. We're going to knead it to warm it
up. Okay.
And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to roll it out.
Okay,
so I'm going to just
roll it out for me.
There we go.
Okay, and then I'm going to stamp it.
Yes.
Awesome, that's easy, right? And this is just a regular cookie circle stamp.
Yes, that's correct.
Pop it out.
Perfect. All right, so now we could leave this looking like the moon, but the moon has little craters in it.
It does have craters in it.
Yeah. So we're going to use our ball tool and the small end, and we're going to go in and make some indents in there. You can do it hard, you can do it kind of shallow.
Okay, so
either one.
Some craters.
And just random all over the place.
All over, yeah, this is fun. Okay, so this ball tool is...
It's a crafting tool. It's also a sculpting tool.
Okay.
I use it just for cakes, and you can get those at the craft store. You can get them online as well.
Perfect. All right, my craterous moon. Here we go.
If you wanted to go crazy with it, I have a little scribe tool and make little dots
you can make
and
smaller ones.
All sorts of places like that.
Cool.
All right.
All right, we got a moon.
Great. So the next thing that we need to do is we need to make our galaxy, right?
Okay.
So in order to do that, I have the fondant here.
Blue.
Take that one.
And you dyed this fondant?
Yes, I colored this, but you could buy it if you wanted
Pre-colored.
And we're going to do some marbling.
Ooh.
So I already have black, I have white, and I have like a deep purple.
Okay.
So I kind of rolled them into logs. I'm going to just push them all together.
Oh.
Give them a little twist like.
Ooh.
And then we're going to work to kind of marble it in.
Cool.
So you would work with this.
That's really easy.
Yes, it's super easy to do. And you work with it until you get kind of the look that you're going for.
Okay.
And then you would roll it out.
All right. So now I
So
roll.
you can go ahead and roll that out.
Oh, how
it's kind of a lot.
fun is that?
Yeah. And so it kind of gives you that galaxy kind of feel.
Yeah.
And you could add in more colors if you wanted to do that, however you wanted to do it.
So pretty.
Once you get the look that you want, you use your cutter and then you can cut it out.
Okay.
Now we already have some that are already done
Pre-cut.
here.
Got it.
It's good to let it dry out for maybe like 15 minutes to an hour or so, just so it makes it easier
A little
to
bit.
handle.
It's a little bit thicker, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can see there's some marbling that's in there already.
Cool.
So it's a really nice effect. So the other thing that we want to do is the splatter effect. So
Which we've done before, and I'm really excited about it.
I'm going to give you a
glove. Okay. Yep. This is, I actually love this part. This is where the crafting meets baking. A doctor with cookies, right? Okay.
All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to use the silver here.
Okay.
And we can just go ahead and you can just dip it in. Here,
okay, I'm going to dip it in. How much do I need to get on the brush?
I think you need to get a good amount on there. Yeah,
that
that's
good?
probably good.
All right, and then I flick it, right?
You can flick it on there. That would be good.
Ooh. Oh, everywhere but the cookie. Okay, oh, I got some. All right. All right, so I just keep doing a little bit more.
Keep doing that a little bit more and just really get it on there. Flick it on pretty good.
Ooh, there we go. Okay.
And if you wanted to, so you have that. So one other thing, if we want to make a little galaxy, then what we're going to do is take it and just lightly make a little circle.
Oh, look at that.
And bam, we have a galaxy.
It's a little
now.
bit of a Milky Way, right?
There you go.
Cool.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, so I'll push this.
Can I take off this glove?
Yes,
Yep.
you can take off your glove. Or degloving now.
Degloving.
There you go.
All right.
All right, so the other thing is, so once we have this done, now we need to adhere it to our cookies. So I made this cookie already ahead of time. You guys can choose whatever cookie you want to do.
If you're like her, you make them homemade. If you're like me, you buy the Pillsbury roll.
There you go. All right, so to adhere it to our cookie, what we're going to do is take it on the back.
And we're going to flip it over. I'll hold it. I know it's still a little wet. We probably would let it dry.
Yes, exactly.
But this is TV time, right? And what are we putting on the back here?
This is our edible glue, and it's a 50-50, so it's water and also corn syrup.
Okay. All right. That's easy enough to make at home. And then you just adhere it to it, right?
Yes, that looks great.
And then moon.
Put the moon on. We're going to put a little bit on that. Bam.
All right. And then how long would you let these cookies, where do I want it? How long would you let these cookies set before you serve them?
Oh, you can serve them right away.
Yeah.
It's
Easy
perfect.
peasy.
Yeah.
I like that. No,
Easy,
wait.
easy.
How cute is that? So easy and fun. I love this because the whole family can participate,
Yes,
right?
Exactly. Everybody can do it. It makes it really fun for the kids. It can get a little messy, so put the paper towel down if you're doing the splatter stuff, but otherwise, it's great.
I love it. Okay, so Platinum Cake Designs is one of my favorite companies for cookies, cakes, cake pops, all the things. Remind our viewers, especially if you're local and you want to use her for your upcoming event, remind them where they can find you. And if you get inspiration, if you're not in Atlanta, still check her out.
Yes, hi guys. You can find me, Chef Nevia Giles, PlatinumCakeDesigns.com. We're also on Instagram, Pinterest, and LinkedIn. So Facebook as well. Find us there.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Can I try it? Can I try it?
Oh yes.
Oh my God, this is so good. I love your sugar cookies. They are delicious. All right, guys, I'm gonna talk with my mouth full, but if you thought that was cute, please tell us in the comments. And if you've got some cookie designs or some decorating things you want to see Nevia do, please tell us in the comments. We want to know. And make sure you follow her on Facebook. Show her some love. And if you're just tuning into the show, remember, tell us where you're watching from. All right. I'm going to keep eating this because it's so good and it's so cute, right? I'm going to head to the craft room. Lori from 4011 Designs is in the craft room ready to do some paper crafts. Bye, girl. Lori McCullers!
Lynn Lilly,
I'm so excited we're back.
Aw, thank you. I'm so excited to be back.
You're the best.
Thank you.
Okay, so you guys, if you don't know her, you should, because she's on the show all the time. She's our show paper crafting expert. So what are we making today?
Today we have Easter, spring in mind.
It's coming, right?
It's coming.
Faster than we could ever imagine.
Yes, and so I have figured out that things are going really, really quickly, so we got to get on top of all these little holidays and things. So today we are making the absolute most adorable little paper
so
Easter
cute.
eggs. And you are going to be shocked as to how easy it is to
Well,
make
this is what I love about every craft you do. It's so easy.
super easy, super quick, super easy. Everybody can do these, kids, adults.
I love it.
Yep.
All right, let's get started.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, stick that back over there. Now, all we're using is literally scissors, glue, cardstock. That's it.
That's it.
That's all you need. So what I did is, this is a little Easter egg template.
Okay, so you could just really draw.
You can
an egg.
freehand this if you want. There's tons of little templates online that you can print out. So, but this is a nice little egg-shaped template. So all I did is I sat and just traced all of these onto a piece of pink cardstock. Okay, so easy, easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you, if you want, you can cut out one of those fab little little Easter eggs here.
I am not the best cutter in the world, I'll tell you that.
And you know what? That's okay, because once you start putting this together, it doesn't matter if it may be a little
off.
it can be a little wonky.
Right,
that's why it doesn't.
Do you want me to cut this one too?
Sure.
Okay.
That's why it doesn't really matter if you freehand the egg shape, because you can't tell once you start folding all these together.
Awesome. All right. So
Easy enough. So we're going to take this really cute little egg that Lynn just cut out, and all we're going to do is we're going to kind of fold it in half. Okay. So again, it doesn't have to be. Thank you. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're just going to kind of give it a little fold. Then.
And we're using cardstock, by the way. Could you use regular paper as well?
You can. You could use regular paper if you want. I like cardstock just because it is a little bit heavier. So if you want your eggs to kind of stand up and have a little bit of heft to them.
Okay. A little bit of heft
A little
to
bit
your
of heft.
eggs.
Yes, that's right. So what we're going to do is I start with 4 of these cute little eggs, okay? So 4 eggs. So Lynn is almost done cutting the very last one. And again, you see how easy this is. We just cut these out in no time at all, okay?
There we go.
So now we're going to take our fabulous
hot glue gun.
Sure-Bonder glue
I
gun.
love it. Okay.
And then once we have kind of folded these in the middle,
Yep.
then all we're going to do is we're going to just run a little bit of glue together. So we're going to...
Okay, so just along this line right here?
Yeah, sort of run it
All right,
sort of along the
move
edge.
your fingers. I don't want to burn you. I don't have a super steady hand.
There you go. But the nice thing about this glue
There we
gun is
go.
because it has that wonderful fine tip nozzle.
Detail, yeah. You get that nice straight line.
You got it. So then we're just going to start sticking these together, okay?
All right, so do a little bit more
Yeah,
here.
so a little more here.
Okay, and while we're doing this, Lori, for our new viewers that don't know you and don't really know about 4011 Designs, tell them about you while we're finishing this up.
So I am at 4011 Designs. I'm dropping things. So my blog is lorimccullers.com. You can also find me on Facebook at 4011 Designs. You can find me on Instagram. I'm everywhere sharing all kinds of wonderful paper crafts and great things that I love to make. I absolutely adore making things, and so I'm going to show you all kinds of cute, fun projects that you can do.
Easy is my favorite.
Yes.
Her crafts are so cute and so easy. All right, so we made an egg just like that.
That's it, okay? How fun is that? All we did was we just put those 4 together. Now, to make them full, like our little examples over here, all you do is you just keep cutting that same shape
Okay,
out.
so you just keep adding. I'm going to guys right here. So you just keep adding more to it.
So same egg, same fold. All you do is just keep adding into it. And so then you can make it as full as you want.
I love it. And then you put this cute little flower on top.
Yeah, just a cute little felt flower, just really adorable little added thing to the top.
Oh my gosh, I love it. And you know what you could even do? Because like obviously Easter eggs are decorated. You could alternate the colors.
You can.
Right? And maybe if you did white, you could also color them before you glue
you
them
can
together.
color them. You can put, imagine if you put some glitter on the outside.
We love
all
glitter.
kinds of, yes.
That is so cute.
Easy, easy. And so this is a really fun little decoration for, for a classroom, for your house, anywhere you can use this and all spring long.
All right, Lori, remind our viewers where they can follow you on social.
Okay, so on social, on Facebook, you can find me at 4011 Designs. On Instagram, you can find me at McCullers Lori. On Pinterest, Lori McCullers. I'm everywhere. You can find me sharing all kinds of good paper crafts and fun, beautiful things.
Awesome. We are putting links to all of those in the comments. And guys, if you're making paper crafts for Easter, tell us in the comments what you guys are already crafting. And if you've got something that you want Lori to make on the show, you got a burning question about paper crafting, post that as well.
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah,
Yes.
and she will respond to you because she's great about responding to those comments. All right, guys, and if you are just tuning in, make sure you tell us where you're watching from. And I think I'm going to go head over to the living room. We got something fun to talk about that Cricut just launched.
Ooh, I can't wait.
All right, let's go. Can you find the Cricut? Can you guys look around? Do you see it? What? Where is it? It's right here! It doesn't even look like a Cricut, does it? Guys, meet Cricut Joy. Changing the game in crafting. Guys, Cricut Joy is the smallest smart cutting machine ever. It may be small, but it is so mighty and it is portable. This guy is so light. You can take it to and from the craft room, home. It's pretty amazing. And I'm going to show you some of the cool things it does today. And my absolute favorite is the card making kits that are exclusive for Cricut Joy. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get this guy plugged in. I love it because this guy is so easy. You can pop it open and literally make a project in under 15 minutes. So there are no buttons on Cricut Joy. You'll notice that there's a light that will illuminate when you know it's on, and it will Bluetooth connect to any device you're working on. You use design space just like you have with all of your other Cricut machines, and it will Bluetooth connect to whether you're using a phone, an iPad, or a laptop like I am today. So we're gonna make a card. Now, a couple cool things about Cricut Joy. One, there is smart vinyl and smart iron-on. And what smart means is that it doesn't need a mat. What? Did I just blow your mind? You don't need a mat, which is so freaking cool, guys. That's like one of the things I'm most excited about. The other cool thing is that there are card kits. So you can make cards in literally under 5 minutes. No more spending an hour on handmade cards, or if you're like me and buy the birthday presents and never have a card and are literally like folding a piece of wrapping paper and are super embarrassed. Yep, that's me. No more of that. you can make a card in minutes. So in each card kit, you get anywhere from 10 to 12 cards that are pre-folded, and this is what you're actually going to cut. You get an insert, and you also get envelopes. Now what you do need for this, so you can cut your smart vinyl and your smart iron-on without a mat, but you do need the special card mat, and you need that to cut your cards, okay? Because it's gonna cut a card that's already folded. So what you need to do first with your card mat, take off the plastic. Let me just tell you. That's a really common mistake because you can barely see it on there. Make sure you take off the plastic. The very first time I used this, I didn't take off plastic and it didn't work. So you'll see there is a flap. This is sticky. We're gonna go ahead and take our card and we're gonna slip it right into that flap. You wanna make sure that it lines up with the lines that are already drawn for you. And we're just gonna make sure that it adheres to the sticky side. Now, in Cricut Design Space, there are tons of designs already made for you for every occasion. It's pretty amazing. So go into Cricut Design Space, pick out whichever card you want. When you're ready to make your card, you go to the design review space and you want to make sure that you hit card mat, okay? So when you've selected that you've got the Joy machine, you want to make sure that you select card mat, which is something new in Design Space. We're going to hit continue, and then it's going to recognize by Bluetooth that we've got the Cricut Joy. And when we select our material, we'll want to select our cardstock, which is insert card. And it's going to tell us to load the material in the machine. So we're going to open this guy up and we're going to feed this right in here. So there are sensors all the way along here that will actually feed in whatever material you're working on, whether you're using a mat or you're using any of the smart vinyl or smart iron-on. It feeds through and measures it for you so that you make sure that you have enough material. That's how smart this machine is. It doesn't want you to accidentally cut and not have enough material. It does all the work for you. So as you can see, this little mighty guy right here is doing all the cutting. There's no buttons on here, so I had to press go in Design Space. And if you're doing multiple things like writing and cutting, it will prompt you in Design Space to switch out your tools, because what you'll notice, there's only one little cartridge here, so you would switch out your pen with your blade out of the same cartridge. All right, while this guy is cutting, I want to show you some of the other cool things with Cricut Joy, because I've already made so many projects. So, we have one over here. This is just a small selection of all of the different things that are available for Cricut Joy. So you've got all of your smart vinyls up here. There is literally tons. I couldn't even fit them all in my studio. You've got the smart iron-on, so you can see these two super cute shirts I've made. No more limitations when it comes to how long your cuts can be. This is 20 feet of vinyl. Yep, you heard me. It can feed 20 feet of vinyl. Isn't that insane? So you could make a border. I did an intro video to All About Cricut Joy, and we showed a really cool inspirational message that we put up on the wall. It's pretty outrageous, the cool things. I mean, literally, like, this can take your crafting game up to the next level. What I love about this is, you know, some of you may not have gotten a Cricut because it's too big and you don't have anywhere to put it. Well, this guy is so small, you can store him anywhere. You can put him on a shelf in your kitchen, put him on your fireplace, right? Literally, he fits anywhere, and he almost looks like a speaker, so you can't tell that he's actually a cutting machine. It's pretty cool, huh? All right, so we're at 89%. So our next step, once this is done, we're going to get our insert cards. So each kit comes with a variety of insert cards. So this one comes with a whole bunch of different pastel cards. As you can see with these cards over here that we made, there's some that come with metallics, and there's a whole bunch of different options. If you get a couple different card kits, you can mix and match the inserts and the cards. Okay, so now we're complete. It prompts me to unload. Okay, now all you do is you want to carefully pull up the front of your card, and it literally automatically weeds it for you, which is super cool and literally takes no time. So we're just going to carefully pull it up. If you've got more delicate cuts is when you want to be careful with it, and then you want to take it out. Now, you can just scrape this off with your scraper, or you can save these pieces and take them off and use them for something else. So we've got our card. Now we're going to take our insert. So we're going to use, let's use a mint green. And what you'll notice is there's these nice little corner cuts so that we can easily slip in our insert into the corner cuts And as you saw, guys, literally in 5 minutes, we now have a handmade card. So no more folding those pieces of wrapping paper over and dropping the present off and kind of being embarrassed about it. No more. Check it out. Handmade card. Kind of handmade, right? It's smart machine made with Cricut Joy. All right, now that we got our craft on, I want to know if you guys are excited about Cricut Joy in the comments. Do we have some Cricut users out there already? Tell me if you are excited about Cricut Joy, and if you don't have one yet, are you interested in getting one? I want to hear your feedback in the comments, and I know my friends at Cricut would as well. And if you're just tuning into the show, make sure you tell me where you're watching from. I know where you're watching from. I know we get people from around the world, so make sure you tell me. All right, it's time to go whip up a delicious recipe to celebrate Mardi Gras in the kitchen with Chef Jack. Let's go. Chef Jack, so good to have you back. How are you?
Lynn, great. How are you?
Good. Happy Fat Tuesday.
Happy Fat Tuesday to you.
I love a good Fat Tuesday celebration. I love New Orleans. I always wish I could be in New Orleans for Fat Tuesday, but the next best thing is being here with you, cooking up some food for Fat
Excellent.
Tuesday.
Yes. And what we're going to do is we're going to make some simple treats that you guys can have at home.
Okay.
To celebrate Fat Tuesday, even if you're
Love
not
it.
in New Orleans. Now, Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras, that is all over the world,
Yep.
and it's Carnival and other things. But when we think of Mardi Gras, we always think of New Orleans. We always think of the good spicy food, and what we think of is Cajun spice.
Yes, look at
so
how these
we're going to
spices
make
look beautiful.
We're going to make some Cajun Creole spice
Okay.
from scratch, and the reason we're going to do it from scratch is so A, you know what everything is that goes into it,
Yep.
and B, you get an opportunity to fine tune it and make it your own. So you'll get to mix this in. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take that spice and we're going to season several dishes with it.
Okay, all right. So what are we doing first in this pot?
In this pot here, what I did when I went ahead and got it started, I sauteed a little bit of shrimp and some andouille sausage. Now you could do this in a little bit of butter. I use some olive oil because when you're in the studio, we don't want to smoke it up too much. But what you want to do is give it time to render for that for the fat from the sausage to come on out. And that's going to actually add to the flavor too. So that's all nice and done.
Yep.
We're now ready for our spices.
Okay, I'm excited about
What
this.
we've got here, we've got, in this particular recipe, 3 tablespoons of paprika. We've got 2 tablespoons of salt, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. We've also got a tablespoon of pepper,
Yeah.
a tablespoon of coriander, a tablespoon of oregano, a tablespoon of onion powder, a tablespoon of cayenne pepper, because I like it hot.
You like it hot.
You can go up or down on that a little bit depending on how you please. And then a little bit of thyme, and again, that gives it that herby flavor. You can use this in a stew or for seasoning.
So you can make
anything.
this and save it and use it in other things as well.
Absolutely. If you would like to, why don't
Yeah.
you dip that in there and give that a
Oh wait,
stir.
am I putting all of this in there?
All of it
All
goes
of it
in
in
there
there.
together.
Okay,
That is
cool.
all the components
my
for that
gosh.
spice.
This is awesome. I have always dreamt of making my own spices, but sometimes I don't really know like what all is supposed to go in and what the flavors are supposed to be.
And for this, what we're trying to do is we're trying to capture all those seasonal flavors that are both southern, international, like the African flavors, the Eastern European flavors, the Western European flavors.
Capture it all in one
all
spice.
the flavors that went into making up the Creole flavors and,
Okay,
and the Cajun
and
flavors.
just mix this up?
Yep, stir that up really,
Okay.
really good.
I love
this
this.
out of the
All
way.
right. Jack, this is so easy. Okay, so while I'm stirring really quick, you are a pie guy. So
I am.
we've done pies on the show before, but you also do some other amazing things from recipe creation to catering. So remind our viewers where they can follow you and find out more, especially if you're local in the Georgia area.
If you are local in the Georgia area, I am Chef Jack Atl, and I can be found at chefjackatl.com. I do classes, cooking, and catering for local events, and I also do recipe creation, and I do a blog that's also about food and my recipes, development, and stuff like that.
It's pretty amazing. All right, what do I do?
So what we've got is we've got that all nice and mixed together. Now,
Yep.
at any point you can do this. You can make this up. Then you can put this in a jar. You can keep it as long as you could keep any other spice.
Okay.
Because it's an actually normal spice. It's all dried spices. So what we'll do is we'll take 1,
Couple, 2,
2,
3,
3.
yeah, 4, 3.5.
We'll throw those in
Yeah.
there.
So
We'll
this
give
is
that a
really
quick toss.
to your taste, right? So
It is
like
to your taste.
depending how seasoned you like things.
And again, how you're going to end up using it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to throw this over this shrimp and sausage.
That looks so good.
And now we've got the basic here. We've got some tomatoes that we roasted off earlier.
Okay.
We'll add in some tomatoes.
I love that. So these are tomatoes that you actually roasted from traditional tomatoes, but you can get roasted tomatoes in a can, right?
You absolutely can.
Just maybe add some little flavoring to
But
them.
in the amount of time it would take you to open up a can, You can throw your tomatoes with a little bit of oil in the oven and get a much fresher, punchier flavor from them.
Okay, got it. Chef Jack's like, no cans, Lynn. All right.
All right, so that gives us a nice little base. And what we've got there is for some flavor. Now, what goes really well with this?
Is that some grits?
That's shrimp and
grits.
We can put some shrimp and grits right on top of that.
That looks delicious.
Hold that pan still for
Yep,
me,
got
if you would,
it.
please.
I do. Shrimp and grits is one of my absolute favorite dishes. So good.
You make that with a little bit of butter and cream with those grits, and then you can top it off a little bit with that.
Some chives.
And now that's all one person's.
Okay.
You know, everybody gets jealous about that.
Do I get to try this while you're?
You do. The other dish that we can do is if you make a cheese dip, why not make it a shrimp and sausage cheese dip?
Okay, that's so amazing. One.
And with this, we'll actually just kind of fold that into the cheese dip. Now you could take your sausage and your shrimp and you could cut it down a little bit more. But now you've got a nice little cheese dip, and that's ready for you to stick in with your chips.
I wish
you get your family and friends
you
around.
guys that are watching could see everyone's faces behind the camera. The production team is like, oh my God, this looks delicious.
Now this was just a basic cheese dip recipe that we put together, and where we're getting our seasoning from is just from the spices that we put in there. But if we wanted to, we could put, we could sprinkle another little bit in there.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. So can I try this
Absolutely.
too? I will eat cheese dip with just a fork. Oh my God.
Make sure you get with that cheese dip. Make sure you get a little bit of that shrimp and sausage in there, because now it's cheesy.
Oh my God, Chef Jack. Okay, this is amazing.
And if you're in a party mood and you want to build some appetizers,
there's like 3 things you could make out of this.
Just get yourself a little skewer.
What I love is how easy this is. Amazing. Oh my gosh, Chef Jack. Okay, while I keep eating, remind our viewers where they can follow you, catering, classes, all your delicious recipes.
I'm available locally at chefjackatl.com. I do catering, cooking, and classes. And we talked about maybe usually, like you said, I usually do pies and stuff on there. Some of this stuff we could incorporate and make a nice little pie filling, a pot pie or something for Fat Tuesday. I would put something together like that at allthingspie.com. That's a place where I play and experiment with pies.
I love it. All right, guys, what are you doing for Fat Tuesday and for Mardi Gras? Tell me in the comments. You guys making a recipe? Are you having a family party or an adult party? Let me know what you're doing. And if you're just tuning into the show, make sure you tell us where you're watching from. I want to hear you in the comments. All right, guys, one more bite, right? Mm-hmm. So good. I'm going to eat this as I'm walking to the craft and getting my craft on. Bye, Chef Jack.
Wait.
All right, guys, so we are going to do a craft that is a tribute to my OG coaster. So I have iced coffee every day on the way to work. And of course, it literally condensates and melts. So 3 years ago, I made this coaster. Look, it even has the condensation from my coffee from this morning. But I made this coaster with cork, scrapbook paper, and a little paint on the side and some decoupage. And this guy has been lasting. It literally gets wet. I use it every day. I'm gonna have some coffee. So this craft is a tribute to that darn good coaster. So here is what you need to do it. You need some scrapbook paper, some decorative paper. Doesn't have to be cardstock. It's actually a little bit better if it's not cardstock. So I've got some donuts here and some flowers. So you can have some fun with this. You can either do a traditional shaped coaster, a circle, a square, whatever you want, or you can actually cut out around the shapes. So I did some around the donuts, and then I did some around the flowers. So it's up to you if you want to have a little fun with it. And then once you get your shape out, you're going to want to take your cork. So I've got an extra piece here just to show you. I am using a thicker cork, right? This is a cork sheet. It comes in 12 by 12 and get it at Michael's. Just because it's a little bit sturdier and it doesn't curl up, it lays flat. So use a marker or a pen to trace out your design and then make sure it fits on the way you want it to. If I can get this guy on. Oh, there we go. Okay, so make sure he fits on the way you want him to. Then you can leave it as is, but I'm a little bit extra, so I like to paint the edges. So I've got just some acrylic paint and a little paintbrush, and I'm just gonna go right around the edges to just add a little flair to it. You can leave it raw if you want, but also this paint really kind of helps almost seal in the edge of your coaster so that it doesn't kind of get all, I don't know what the word for it, like flakes off, so it doesn't flake off. All right, so go ahead and do around the entire edge. Then let it dry. It dries fairly fast. I've got one here that I did for the roses that's already painted. So This is literally like, I call it a stupid easy craft because it's so easy, anyone can do it. I've got some decoupage here. And decoupage is just a glue sealant that dries clear, and it basically waterproofs things. So, putting this on a paper towel, what you want to do with the decoupage is use a foam brush. These are really inexpensive. Is actually apply a lot of the decoupage to the coaster. You want to do a really heavy coat. I'm kind of just batching it on. Since it is a porous cork, this will soak into the cork, so you'll need a little bit extra. You want it to kind of be pretty wet, and you want to get to the edges. And then I'm also going to paint a layer on the back of my design that I cut out of paper. So you're doing it double time on both, okay? So once we do that, you want to make sure that you've got it lined up. And I'm going to go ahead and lay my paper down. Now keep in mind, this is a craft where your fingers are going to get a little messy. So if you want to wear gloves, you can. So go ahead and push that down. You want to use your fingers to smooth it out because you may get some bubbles. So just like that, make sure you've got all of it. Make sure it's all laying flat. If for some reason you notice that like one edge isn't sticking, you can always just peel it back up and add some more decoupage to it. Okay, and then all we're going to do is we're going to paint a layer over the top, and this is what waterproofs it, so it adds that sealant to it. And literally, all we've got to do now is wait for it to dry. That's it, guys. How easy is that? These are great for a gift, or if you're like me and need a coaster for your desk, but how cute is that? So stupid easy. Think about doing a whole set of these. You can, out of one sheet of paper, you can easily get 4 of them. And you want to make it just big enough so that your drink can fit on it, like mine does, my OG coaster. It works good. This also coffee mug fits on it. So how easy is that, guys? I don't know about you, but I love this. It was time to make a new one. This guy's still kicking, but time to make a new one. All right, friends, that's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Tell us in the comments if you loved the show, and if you've got some things that you want to see us make or cook on the show, please tell us in the comments. Tag a friend that you think would like the show or share it to your page. We'd love for you to share the crafty love. All right, that's all we've got for you today. Make sure you tune in. We'll have another great show for you next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Bye, guys.